working on a lot of things personally right now that it's taken the changing of the new year, or a birthday and all kinds of things, for me to sort of start to think about, particularly in terms of how I negotiate relationships with people that are really, really important to me. The extent to which I assume, falsely so, that those people are going to be here forever.
Always.
Well, I like to think that, but I sometimes think that I assume that the relationships that are dearest to me don't need the same kind of nurture and concern as the ones that aren't. And coupled with that sort of general focus for 2010 for me, this piece sort of speaks to, I just did a performance, this very strange, cool project out of the New Eurekan by an artist named Graham Kershaw, who he painted people's portraits, and then you had to create a poem in response to that process, either being captured by an artist or looking at your own sort of mirror when you were done. And I was really, really caught off guard by mine, and kind of wrapped that sentiment I was just explaining earlier in with, why I hardly recognized who I was. So what to tell them? I'm gonna do two more. Thank you. Brooklyn has treated you well. You're writing like you haven't in years. The woman you love is pleased with the magic in someone else's mouth. Shows up often enough like a good hangover. Fistfuls of maybe in her laugh still clean you. Soot of good memories still enough to wrap around you warm like the waxy castle wall of a guttering candle. But you are growing slowly out of old love. It shows. Your eyes are not the same blue your father gave you. The slow wear of last calls collecting beneath them like gutter water catches you off guard every morning. But there is less smoke in your chest than even your mother thinks. Your crossover still sharp to the left for a good step. You move like your feet already know about today. Like your words will die before you do. You move like no one is watching. You still wear another boy's class ring, quiet along the bend in your nose like a rusty trophy. You know the finish line of your own shit talk shit too far still, you laugh often. Sometimes it's only to fill silence you don't like. You love silence when it fills an empty classroom on a Friday with the lights off and your feet propped on a desk half your size. You move like you are chasing a music in your head. You are thinner in the neck and in the cheeks than before. Sleep is a waste of beautiful noise. You'd rather be with people you already know you want to spend the rest of your life with. You move like your life is uncatchable breath, like it is river water, like it is furious hunger. You are the same age your cousin was when he left New York City, beaten to a mash for loving another man. You are the same age your uncle was when he died in a plane crash outside Johnson City. Your face no longer that reminder to your father. He loves you hard. You are survival prayer. Sunlight aching in your mouth like a halo shard. You move like you miss her. You move like there is no color too bright to love. You move like your body is drunk with all this hustle. You move like the city you live in is yours. Finally. You move like your feet belong everywhere but right here. Like someone is watching you. Finally. You move like your family is counting the drum beats beneath your step. Like you've nowhere else to go. You are a litany of all that consumes you in this love, and you crumble, and you move, and dream, and beg, and cry with your mouth wide open. World. Thank you. I'm going to close with something a little bit different. I have books in the back for sale. If folks want to come chat and talk and give me the money, I'm not going to be mad at you. Okay. But yeah, I've had a recent love infatuation with, you probably get a good sense for maybe you do, I don't know. I think I think Roger says this really, really wonderfully, is that every writer has like a music or a soundtrack to the way they write that is in their head, the way they wrap their mouths around language and words, and the way they format the rhythm and the pentameter of their words. And for me, forever, that's been hip-hop and it's been jazz. But lately, I have been listening to a ton of bluegrass.
Yeah! Okay.
I know, and in particular, the steel guitar. I'm having like a very extended love relationship with the steel guitar. And every time I like need a new poem idea, or if I have something mulling around in my head and I want it to come with me, I'll just find a steel guitar and then it'll just happen. So this piece is called When It Matters, and it's a love poem. It's the first love poem that I wrote coming out to New York City after like 2 years of not writing love poems, which probably isn't a coincidence, right? It's not random that you move to New York City and stop writing love poems. But this is that. When it matters. I fasten my mouth around yours like a plummet from the bow of a sinking ship. Suck the red wine from your breath until it hurts, until good memory rises above us like God ash, and suddenly nothing is real but your tongue. Your coiled breath banging the rusty screen door of my throat like a moan that broke free and danced across this dark. The sticky shiner mooned around my eye sockets like a rain cloud waters at the touch. You pull my t-shirt delicate as knife point up and over my head. It stings. Where his pinky knuckle carved out a chunk in my lip like an axe head. I am a hazard tank of bruise and shame, and you are a prayer that remembers how to listen. The coin-edge crest in the crook of my nose where that lonely bastard's ring trucked into my skull is still open and still pink. Unstitched cartilage cursing at the air like an armless demon. But you, place your lips on every part of me that has retreated to a corner I never thought I would find. Soft, new. Whisper the names of each wildfire hue beginning to eggplant swell and settle into a tornado around my eye, and I love you harder than ever. And I'm overflowing with words I do not have. Again, we are naked as morning in the black of this brilliant summer heat, wrapped in the tree trunk capes of each other's wordless mouths. We are climbing from the water at our feet.
There's like nothing funny or cool that I can say right now. Woo! But I can say that these books, which I own, which I love, they're titled Passing. They are by Adam Faulkner. If you absolutely love him and you're like, man, I want to take him home with me and just have him read me poems all night, and I don't think he's going to go for that, then I'm going to buy this book and ask the old lady that lives above me that tries to give me yoga lessons to read me poems all night in a voice just like this. And you can do that. You can buy these and it will work. You like how I try to make Adam's voice and it doesn't sound sexy, it sounds like I should be in like that new horror movie, The Creatures?